Hi everyone, Olivia Reiner here for JS Online, joined by Matt Velazquez, and the Bucks have officially advanced to the Eastern Conference Finals, defeating the Boston Celtics. Now Matt, something that has been widely discussed both by Coach Bud, Brad Stevens has talked about it quite a bit, was the Bucks defense. It's been a big theme, something that they've been very consistent on throughout the entire series. What stood out about the Bucks defense tonight?
Yeah, I think it's just been something that stood out the whole series since game one. I mean, the Bucks had the best defensive rating in the NBA during the regular season. There were a lot of questions as to how that would hold up in the playoffs, especially against, the Boston Celtics in the second round, a team that's full of talent, good shooters, guys who can pick and pop and really, test them and the dropping that they normally do. And after game one, the Bucks started to switch more, started to really get after it. And their defense is what won them this series. I mean, they held the Celtics down, games 2 through 5, to low shooting percentages overall. Tonight, for most of the game, they were somewhere in the 20s in their shooting percentage. And the Bucks were just really forcing them to a lot of tough shots, contested shots, flying around. Brad Stevens couldn't say enough good things about what the Bucks were doing on defense, and saying that they make you earn everything on every possession. And for a team that really prides itself on defense, that's one of the best compliments you can get.
Malcolm Brogdon made his return tonight after many, many weeks of being out. What was his performance like? He did contribute a little bit offensively.
Yeah, I mean, he had 10 points, I believe it was, and he played nearly 18 minutes, which even Mike Budenholzer said wasn't the plan. He wasn't supposed to play that many. And so getting out there for longer than expected, having a role on both ends. He was chasing Kyrie Irving around a whole bunch, fighting through screens. It seemed like the Celtics were really trying to test him out, make him shake off that rust or get left in the dust. I mean, that was kind of what it seemed like the first few possessions, and he handled it well. And with the layoff between now and the next series, he's only going to get more time to practice, to work with his teammates, to do some more 5-on-5 work. And the expectation is he'll be back in the starting lineup, whenever they start playing Toronto or Philly.
The team has looked very different since their first night their first game here, game one of this series. And Giannis acknowledged that as well. How has he progressed through this series in particular?
In game one, the Celtics were throwing a lot of guys at him. They were forcing him to make quick reads and quick decisions. And there were a lot of times where it seemed like he was kind of forcing things and just didn't look comfortable on his way to the rim. And ever since game one, he's really embraced his teammates a little bit more. He's been quicker with the reads. He's not getting himself into a point where he's double teamed or he's triple teamed. Before the action comes, he's manipulating the defense, making the easy pass, finding open teammates, and just making smart plays. And so, the way that he's progressed over the course of the series, along with the defense, has been a big reason why they were able to win in 5 games the way they were.
All right, Matt, Philly or Toronto next? We're going to find out soon enough. But until then, make sure you're checking out JS Online for all of Matt's wonderful coverage. Follow us on all of our social media as well. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you next time.